Alright, Skull Nation, thanks for being with me. Hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, like, comment, and share this content. Skull, baby. What's going on, Vikings fans? Welcome back to Talk Vikings with me. As usual, let's talk some Vikings. Hope you stay with me in this discussion. We have the Chicago Bears. Another unimportant game. Kind of like what is it? We always have the Bears like at the last game. Same thing with last season. Unimportant game because we missed the playoffs. But it's a different year, and we made the playoffs this year. So, even though the game is unimportant, we are in the playoffs as compared to last year. Both seasons could have went similarly. We could have made the playoff last year if it wasn't for all those close one-score games, and we could have missed the playoffs this year if it wasn't for all these closed at the last minute type of games. Except last year we lost those games. This year we won the game. I think last year we had the record for the most losses by like less than a touchdowns, or like the most losses at the last minute. This year we have the record for this team, bro. Even though it was different, it's different coaches and a different staff. It's like the exact same results. Well, not the exact same, but it's similar. Last minute, a few points in games. You get the gist. You get what I'm trying to say. But isn't that just weird for a franchise to just be this team that's all the games are down to the wire? It's just weird, man. It's super weird. But nevertheless, this is not last year. We don't have even though the games were close just like last year, what we did improve on is right before halftime. We don't have a bunch of teams scoring us right before halftime or right out the gate. I think it's similar play. We have most of the players were the same from last year. Except the coaching is better and the energy is better, and we execute better right before halftime, right after halftime. All the stuff that we had to work on and improve, all the things we had to clean up from last year, we got cleaned up. And even though the games are close, you see the results. You know what I mean? But let me stop lollygagging. Back to the Chicago Bears. This game is obviously not important. Well, we want home field advantage in the playoffs. So, you know what I'm saying? The higher the seeding, the better. But I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot of people talking about, we don't want to play Green Bay. I don't even care, bro. That game couldn't have went. Every time we were driving down the field, it was just that game was the worst game of the season. Like I said, the Dallas game was horrible. We just didn't show up in that game. The Lions game, it was closer. If we would have done a few things better, we could have won that Lions game, and they had to go through the most just to win, What else? The Eagles game, I'll give it to them. That was our first little low. What was that? 24-7, couple picks in the red zone. It was kind of competitive. Not like how people are making it seem like, we got killed. We got this. Jalen Hurts ran all over the defense though. But it could have been closer. But that Packers game, bro, that was the most annoying game because every time we moved the ball, every time we got into that red zone, every time we moved the ball, there was either a missed field goal or a tip pass for an intercept. It was just every time we try to make something happen. And the defense kind of held its own earlier in the game. They had, it was a few 3-and-outs for Rodgers. So there was a few times they couldn't move the ball right, but the offense just kept making mistakes after mistakes after mistakes. And you can't do that against Aaron Rodgers. You can't do it. Got the block punt right down there in there. I know I already made the post game video, but that game is still getting on my nerves. We couldn't get the touchdown. We were at the 1 yard line. Give it a CJ. Look, listen, man. Dalvin, CJ, quarterback sneak. There's no way you don't get 1 yard. Like, there's no way. Those 3 plays in a row. Dalvin Cook, CJ, I'm going CJ first, and I guarantee he gets it in. If he don't get it in, I go Dalvin. If he don't get it in, bruh. No, CJ, quarterback sneak, Dalvin Cook. Like, you're gonna get the ball in the end zone, bro. Like, come on, bro. Or Madison, because you might say, well, Madison is the bigger back and he's the more powerful back than Dalvin Cook, So I'll put Madison at the goal line in that goal line situation. You know what? Let me stop, bro. Because I can make a whole another video about that last game. I'm like, bro. And then you got Jair just running his mouth, bro. Anyway, man. This game is not important, like I said. I mean, although we want home field advantage all through the playoffs, depending on how the Eagles and depending on how San Francisco do in their first week, in their first playoff matchup, if they lose, then we get the home field advantage. That is if they get the second seed. If they lose their first, but come on, bro, that's San Fran. Even with that new quarterback, they're balling. So us being third seed, if San Fran win and we win, we gotta go there. And you know how hard that's been. That's one of our arch nemesis. We had to go there in 2019. That was not pretty. So obviously, I want that 2 seed. Because if we win our first playoff game, whoever next we're playing got to come to Minnesota. You always want that home field advantage, not just during the first round. You always want that home field advantage all through the playoffs. Like, playing in San Francisco is horrible. Playing in Philly I hate playing. Oh my God, bro. That's like the worst thing. Playing in Philly, they boo their own team. That is the only city that, bro. I hate Philly fans. They're like, Philly fans and Packers fans are the worst fans to ever exist. But anyway, so I guess this game is kind of important, but not really. But whatever. It's not the game that's gonna break us, I guess. Like, it's not the game that's gonna. We're already in the playoffs. We already have the third seed locked. For us to get the second seed, we need a win against the Bears, and we need San Francisco to lose. And I don't think they're gonna. I think who are they playing? They're playing somebody who they're favored against. I think like the Texans or somebody they're playing. So, even if we win this game and they win, they still get the second seed. So, yeah, this game is not important that aspect, but it is important as far as seeding and home field advantage. But so I would suggest, we'll see what O'Connell does, but I don't think Kirk should start. I don't think JJ. I don't know, maybe like a couple of series, so they're not like rusty for like the playoff game. Let them get a little game action. But it's been a long season. They've played every week, so like, Kirk hasn't been injured. JJ hasn't been injured. So I don't think if they miss this week, they're going to like be rusty or whatever, just as long as they practice. You know what I mean? So I'll say rest them. Rest Dalvin Cook. Rest like all the big time players, all the stars. Rest all the stars, rest Christian Darrisaw. Rest but Austin Schlottman and our starting center, Bradbury. I don't know if Bradbury is going to be all right for the playoffs. He's been pretty injured like for the last few weeks, so I don't know. But we got 2 new linemen. We got a new tackle and we got a new center, I think. So play them, obviously, even if we're going to start them during the playoffs. Even we're going to start them for the playoffs, because Brian O'Neill is supposed to be gone for like a while. He's got a significant injury. So play those guys, dust the rust off them. Let them get a full game against the Bears. Let them get a full NFL game, because they're practice squad guys, or guys that haven't been playing, because we're gonna need them. And I hope that it's not a problem going forward, those 2 positions, because our line wasn't all that, and then we lose Bradbury and we lose Brian O'Neill. Brian O'Neill was a pretty good tackle, so play those linemen. But as far as like rest Eric Kendricks, rest, give Asamoah and them playing time. Dudes like Cam Dantzler, even Duke Shelley, like let Duke Shelley and Cam Dantzler split playing times. Get Josh Metellus in there, you know, in place of Harrison Smith. Like all out, give Pat P some time off. Like you get what I'm saying. Dalvin Cook, guys like Dalvin Cook, guys like Pat P, guys like Kirk Cousins, you know, guys like Eric Kendricks, you know, guys like, you know, all the big guys, all the star players, like, you know what I'm saying, rest them, because this game is totally not important. We couldn't afford any injuries to our top players going into the playoffs, you know. And this game is not gonna be regular, man. Like the Bears are not even playing Justin Fields, and they are really bad. They're like they have one of the worst records. The Texans, they have one of the worst records in the league right now. So they are trying to get their number. They're trying to get that number 1 seed. So Justin Fields not even playing. He's like their number 1 weapon. You know, they got some guys on defense, but the Bears they are a really, really bad team this year. So pretty winnable game. Even if we don't play out stars, they're not going. You know, they're not going full battle mode either. They want to lose this game. You know, so it's weird to say in the NFL like a team want to lose. You know, but they would rather lose this game and hope to get that number 1 seed. I mean, that number 1 draft pick going into next year. Yeah, man. So I can't make this video a long video. It's pretty much, this game is not as important. You know, the playoffs game coming up is going to be really important. So I'm going to leave that there. I already talked about the game, the Green Bay game, how I hated it. It's like we played to lose that game. We did everything wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep talking about them. God, I hate them. But this could be a seeding game for us. You never know. You never know. Like the 49ers almost lost last game. They almost lost. Almost. You know. So you never know what could happen. But I would rather that number 2 seed. I'm not scared of the Packers. And that Packers and Lions game. Oh my God. I don't like either of them. But I really don't like the damn Packers. You know what I'm saying? I prefer the Lions. I prefer the Lions just normally. And I prefer the Lions in the playoffs. Everybody was like, oh, they're on a win streak, and the Panthers just exposed them. The Panthers exposed them. The Panthers is a losing team. You know what I mean? So I would rather the Lions win that game going into the playoffs. I wish like the Packers just play like how we play. Just every time they're about to make something happen, there is a forced fumble, or there is a tip pass interception, or there's just everything should go wrong for them. You know, I hope whatever higher power make that happen. But yeah, so hope the Lions beat the Packers going into the playoffs, and you know, then because now we're set to play the Giants. We already whooped them. We can whoop them again. If we play the Lions, I would rather play them than the Packers. Cause I'm not gonna lie, you know, I'm not scared of the Packers, but they do have Aaron Rodgers. Gotta respect that. But yeah, man, that's it. That's the video. So I'll catch you guys for the post game show. This is a really unimportant game, but it is a game. Last game of the season, just like last year, we're playing the Bears, except we're going into the playoffs. So we got to be real strategic about who we play and, you know, how we play or whatever. And we have some pretty good backup guys. Like throw Brian Asamoah in there. Let him have a full game. Let him have a full NFL game. That'll probably be his first full NFL game. I would love that for him. And Josh Metellus. Josh Metellus and Brian Asamoah. And we'll see how Cam Dantzler look like, you know, after that injury. But I'll catch you guys later after the game, man. Skol, baby, always, all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for the playoffs next week. And keep scoling. Purple Pride all day. Peace.